In November of 2020, Bus Connects produced new plans for Shankill. This presentation explains why these plans will not reduce bus journey times and how an alternative bus bypass around Shankill is a better idea. The objective of the Bus Connects programme is to improve bus journey times and provide safe cycling infrastructure. The Bray Core Bus Corridor aims to achieve these objectives between Bray and Dublin city centre via the village of Shankill. A key part of this route is the 3.2 km section from the Wiltord roundabout north of Bray to the Loxtown roundabout, which includes the village of Shankill. We will focus on this. The original proposal from early 2019 was to put a 4-lane highway along almost the entirety of this 3.2 km. This 4-lane highway was to include much of Shankill village. The only place in the village to be spared the highway treatment were the bridge in Shankill, shown in blue, and 150 metres in the village, shown in purple, which was to be 3 lanes rather than 4. A cycle track was to be built around the village using mainly existing residential roads on the inland side. This plan provoked substantial opposition. It is important from the perspective of this presentation to highlight the fact that one of the original routes considered but rejected was to build a bus bypass around the village. The primary reason for rejection was cost. So let us set these plans in the context of the housing developments planned for the environs of Bray. Shankill has a population of 13,000. The Bray urban district has a population of 31,000, with more living outside this. Substantial housing developments are planned for areas south of Shankill. The most immediate, which will likely commence in 2021, is the development of housing for 6,000 people at Woodbrook and Shanganagh Castle. This is another half Shankill. It will be well served by public transport via a new DART station, but it will have substantial impact on car and bus traffic volumes through Shankill village. Beyond this, there are plans for 16,000 people in Fassaro and 5,000 people in Old Connacht and Batmichael. Additional housing will be built at the Old Bray golf course. In total, housing for at least 27,000 people is planned south of Shankill, or to put it another way, the population of Bray will nearly double. Bray will be bigger than Waterford City. So let us look at the revised plans from November 2020. The major changes are that the village has been spared the highway treatment. The 600 metres from Newcastle Farm to near Michael Wood will remain pretty much as it is, the exception being that Corbin Lane will be made one way. The revised plans eliminated the original cycle path around the village. They looked at a cycle lane bypassing the village beside the M11, but rejected it. Cyclists will have to share the village with cars, buses and trucks. So in summary, 20% of the section we are considering will essentially be the existing Shankill village bottleneck, which is shown in blue. A further 20% of the route will be single direction bus lane, which is shown in purple. The remainder will be 4-lane highway with 2 lanes dedicated to buses. And to reiterate, cyclists will share the blue section with cars, trucks and buses. So let us sum this up. If you are on a bus in North Bray, the bus will go through the existing Shankill village bottleneck and share the road with cars from the additional 6,000 residents from Woodbrook Shanganagh, buses from a city bigger than Waterford, and cyclists. The objectives of reducing bus journey times and providing safe cycling infrastructure will not be met. Imagine that you are on the same bus north of Bray, but this time there's a bus bypass around Shankill. An express bus would get from the Wiltord roundabout to the Loxton roundabout in less than 4 minutes, or to the Brides Glen Lewis stop in 5. There is already a bypass around Shankill, the M11, and space beside it has been reserved for the Lewis extension. The basic proposal is to create a bus bypass around Shankill as shown in red here. It would have access at the Wiltord roundabout and at Crinkin Lane. 3 bus stops would serve Shankill as shown. Existing bus services would be maintained through the village, and there would be extensions to connect to the Lewis at Brides Glen and the new DART station at Woodbrook. A further extension will be built to serve Fassaro, enabling this much needed housing to be built much earlier. Accompanying cycle lane infrastructure would also be provided. The buses will share the carriageway with the Lewis when the Lewis extension is built. There will be no pedestrian access to this carriageway, so high speeds by both Lewis and buses are possible. All the costs of the bus bypass will reduce the cost of the Lewis extension by an equivalent amount, so the net cost of this is close to zero. In summary, the current proposals are not fit for purpose. They will not achieve the objectives of Bus Connects. The original bypass plan, known as Route 2A, should be re-examined. This option would reduce bus journey times, provide safe cycling infrastructure, spare Shankill village, link bus connects to the Lewis and Dart, allow earlier development of housing in Fassaro, and have a low to zero net cost. We invite everybody, and especially public representatives, to take this pledge. I believe that the November 2020 Bus Connects proposals for Shankill will not meet the primary objective of reducing bus journey times and will provide inadequate cycling infrastructure. I pledge to oppose these proposals and support the creation of a bus bypass around Shankill village while maintaining existing bus services through the village. Thank you for your time.